Where do you think the fate of startups gets sealed and where millionaires become billionaires? Actually, right now and right here at this web summit in Qatar, I'm surrounded with thousands of startup founders, visionaries, volunteers, and most importantly, investors. I've been attending all of these conferences for years, and I'm here to show you how conference can transform your small garage startup into a huge company. My name is Genia. I'm Investor Relations Manager, and that means that I support founders in their fundraising journey. And my goal is to get more women-led companies funded. Last year, during 2023, I supported founders and we raised together more than $10 million. And most of my life consists of this kind of conferences like Web Summit. Next will be Leap in Riyadh. And then I also have a conference 1st of March in Abu Dhabi. I hope to keep you posted on all that and share some ideas how to raise capital and how to find good startups. So, why would you attend conferences? Just to sit in the hall like that and listen to other people? No, conferences are the ultimate networking hubs. They gather the smartest and most enthusiastic people who share their ideas. And even if you don't have anything to share yet, conference is still the best place to learn because there is a lot of different fintech hubs, AI hubs. You can learn about marketing, media, health, sports, and something else. After all, Web Summit is one of the biggest tech events of the year, and this year it gathers 12,000 people and a lot of companies and more than 400 investors. So what was your goal for this conference?
Catching up with my friends, to be honest, and definitely attending the first Web Summit in the Middle East. It's a big thing. Very happy they're finally here. I think many countries have tried. Good job, Qatar managed to do that. I really like the agenda. One of the best agendas I've ever seen in the region. The diversity of the topics and the diversity of the speakers.
What was the most interesting panel? For speaker or topic?
I'm going to be very biased here. On the opening night, Amjad from Riplet, he's Jordanian. I'm Jordanian too. We're very proud of him and what he have achieved. I think the most interesting thing I heard was when Trevor Noah said, if you think AI is going to replace humans, you're really looking down at humans, because AI will always replace what we do, not necessarily replace us. So you have to be really looking down at humans to actually believe they're going to be replaced by a machine. And I think it's one of the best ways I've heard people talking about AI in a way that resonates with me.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yep.
So let's choose between coming to the conference for learning, for meeting new people, for establishing relationship with someone, and to closing deals with investors or clients. What's the best here out of all this work?
Answering that question is quite complex because every attendee comes with their own goals. I think for me the networking was great. I think the organizers of the summit have done an exceptional job getting so many people from all over the region to Doha, done an acceptable job at getting also people from across the world. So I think the networking was a highlight for me. I remember my first conference. It was a long time ago. I was a scientist back then, and I was doing my, diploma project on something like physiology of human and animals, because I studied at the Department of Physiology of Human and Animals. And the conference was on membrane proteins in Florence, in Italy, for several days. And I remember that I knew nothing about how to participate in the conference, what should I do. I was super scared just because I had a poster and I had to present my work, which I was doing every single day. And I need to tell
to all of these people, to all of this crowd, something about my experiences. And I had such a big fear to actually present anything. And it's super weird right now that I was super scared because, you know, you're doing that job every single day. So you had to know everything about it and you had to be inspired by that. But it was a very funny experience. And right now, when I'm at the conferences like Web Summit or Leap or Xasis in Abu Dhabi or in Dubai, it is so easy for me to catch anyone, ask any question, and ask for an interview. And I also know how to navigate, like what is the architecture of every single conference, what you can actually get from there, how you can benefit, how you can network, how you can connect to people, what you can actually expect from the conference. And all this is definitely a learning curve. I noticed that over the last several years, the number of women at tech conferences is increasing. And this is very inspiring. Today, I was listening to the speech of CEO of Web Summit, Catherine, and she said that the number of women here in Qatar is 30%, comparing to Lisbon, where there is 50-50. And I think for Arab countries, it is a very good number. Definitely we can build on that, and there is a room for like improvement. But I was very inspired, and it's something that I think we see the trend, and the trend goes the right direction. So can you tell me then what opportunities this conference or conferences like this actually bring to you?
In general, it's a very good opportunity to network with people with similar interests, especially women. It's also inspiring for me on a personal level to see other women entrepreneurs, especially the ones working in deep tech. And also, like as a company, as Kapoom, we're willing to network with people, meet with potential clients, with obviously potential investors, even like talking with the customer, like the other companies that form our customer base about the requirements, so we can work them backward to integrate like whatever requirements they have into our technology pipeline.
So you told me that you have more than 50% women in your company.
Yes, exactly. More than 50% in the technical team, and more than 50% in the co-founding and C-level team as well.
And can you tell me, like, when you were a student in university, was it the same 50-50 women, or it just happened like you started because you support diversity?
Yeah. Actually, like when I was a student, I was an computer engineering student that was like at least 14 years ago. Most of my classmates were males. This doesn't reflect anything about the ability of women to be in these fields, but rather what expectations the society is posing on females. That's the only reason. Other than that, during my career, I've met a lot of successful women.
I think probably my last question would be about speaking and conferences like that. Are you speaking at this, or maybe you have previously had this experience of speaking at tech conferences, and if you feel the pressure that you're probably one woman on the stage, or it's not?
Well, I'm not speaking at this conference. We're just exhibiting as a startup. But I had the chance to speak into smaller crowds before. Yes, the pressure does exist, but over time, with more exposure, with more support from the tech community in general, from your own support circle, you start gradually overcoming this fear of being judged. Now I'd say that especially in the pressure coming from being a woman doesn't affect me that much.
Also, I noticed that there is a lot of women speakers, and I've heard a lot of women who are doing tech. Let's say they are CTOs, founders of the tech companies. Different venture capital investors are talking about the number of women in their teams is also growing. So, I've heard that you have more than 50% of women in your team. And can you tell me, is it because of hiring decision of your like C-level team, or it's just because you have a woman CTO, that's why she's like hiring more techies women? Because it's very interesting.
Yes. So yes, we get this reaction a lot. This is interesting for this field, and I'm sad about it actually that this is an interesting topic. But our half of our C levels are women, and more than half of our team is women. And actually, this is not like a decision. We have to hire women. We have to hire women. But in the process of taking someone to work for you, actually, in this field, in 3D modeling software field, women seem to have more detail-oriented mindset. Because the way we deal with things, the way we deal with life, the way we deal with our own bodies, we always have detail-oriented mindset. And actually, this also reflects itself on our work. And that's why I think we saw this more than half of women team, because this way works better.
Is it your first web summit?
Yes, this is our first web summit, but definitely not the last.
What did you get out of this event?
So this is also my first big event personally, and this is a great place to network. This is a great place to get to know people, get inspired by other people, get inspired by women. Like, women in tech is such a nice thing to have. Like, I just walk in front of it and I see women, businesswomen, that's I want to look up to. I want to get to know of. I listen to people in master classes. I listen to them in center stage, and just I learn stuff while listening. And this is the best thing ever. This is a great place to like see other startups, see other people that are in your field, get to know them, how to fill the market gap, like to just do research as well.
I think that Web Summit is very interesting place to meet outstanding people, because this time I met not just only with investors and founders, I also met with Queen Rania, Queen of Jordan, and I need to say that I'm an absolute fan of her because I've been following her Instagram page for years, I think more than 10 years. And yesterday I've seen her live on the stage and I was really very inspired. And also I met Prime Minister of Qatar, I met astronauts, and I even met several presidents of countries at Web Summit. By attending summits and conferences, you're not just learning, but you're also meeting people, different people, outstanding people. If you decide to pitch your startup, you can even find investors, assuming that you did everything right, obviously. By pitching your project to the right person, you can raise a few $1,000s from small investors or even millions from large companies. And I had a story where I was working with a healthcare company, helped them with their seed round, $5 million. So I brought the founder to healthcare conference, Forbes conference in Abu Dhabi, and introduced him to the founder of Pure Health. And this is the biggest healthcare company in UAE, United Arab Emirates. And I knew that they actually buy startups in healthcare, and plus they are very interested in artificial intelligence. And it's very interesting because in a month after this introduction, Pure Health went public. And it was big news everywhere. And I was very happy that the founder who I worked with had this opportunity, and he will definitely benefit from it, I'm absolutely sure. To finish this story, I want to add that I definitely know that not every single person in the world have an opportunity to hop on a plane and to drive to the conference, let's say like Web Summit or Leap, but it doesn't mean that you cannot close deals with investors or with your B2B corporate companies and partners. I definitely and truly believe in the power of LinkedIn. I'm absolutely sure that You can close deals even just via internet. And yeah, I truly believe in the power of networking. I believe that every single person deserves to get your company funded. Follow this channel to learn more about how you can benefit from your network from LinkedIn and how you can get more new leads.